Hi, my name is Lane Hoke, and today I would like to discuss two different ways to deliver bad news. Let's start with the indirect method. This is the method that is most commonly used when delivering bad news. There are 5 components to the indirect or inductive method. First, the opening. Begin with a neutral idea that leads to the refusal or bad news without actually stating it. Why is this important? Because one of two things could happen. Your reader could discard your message before they read the important points, or they could become too emotional to comprehend your explanation. Next comes the body. Here you need to do 3 things. First, present your facts, analysis, or reasons. Second, state your bad news using a positive tone and de-emphasizing techniques. Third and last, include a counterproposal or a silver lining idea. Finally, you are ready to close. Make sure in your closing statement that you shift the reader's focus from the bad news to your continuing business relationship. Some good things to include in your opening are compliments, points of agreement, good news, resale, reviewing the circumstances, and gratitude. 3 things to not include in your letter are empty acknowledgments of the obvious, tipping off to the bad news too early, and starting positively and building to false hope. A good example of an opening line for a refusal letter would sound something like, Dear Dr. James, we commend you for your commitment to offer your services at a discounted price for those who cannot afford dental care. In these economic times, generosity is important now more than ever. By leading in with a sincere compliment, the reader is put at ease, but will not be blindsided when his request is refused. The body should include a concise discussion of at least one reason that is logical, provide a smooth transition from idea to idea, show the receiver the benefit and or consideration, position the bad news strategically, use a passive voice, general terms, and abstract nouns, use positive language to accentuate the positive, and lastly, imply the refusal without a definite statement of the bad news. A good example of a body of refusal would be, in order to fulfill your request to the highest quality, we would need to pull our support from several other projects. While this is not impossible, you can see the ethical dilemma that it causes. Although our present situation limits us from assisting you, we do want to help support your cause. Since the body does not blatantly tell the recipient no, it gets the point across in a positive tone. Finally, you are ready to close your letter. Using positivity can help keep the relationship with the recipient alive. By de-emphasizing the unpleasant part of the message, adding a positive, forward-looking idea, and using an expression of your willingness to help in another way, you can close your letter without closing the door with the relationship of the recipient. A good closing paragraph might sound like, even though we are unable to assist you with your request, there are several private companies that donate money to causes such as yours. For example, helptheworld.com is a great place to start your search. By providing a silver lining for your reader, you take some of the sting of rejection out of your letter. The direct method for delivering bad news is a little different. The bad news can be placed in the opening of the letter, followed by your reasoning, and then closing. Only a few situations would call for such a letter. They are, the message is a second response to repeated requests, a very small, insignificant matter is involved, the request is obviously ridiculous, immoral, unethical, illegal, or dangerous, the sender's intent is to shake the receiver, the sender-recipient relationship is so close and long-lasting that satisfactory human relations can be taken for granted, or the sender wants to demonstrate authority. An example of a direct or deductive method letter would sound like this. Dr. James, as per our last 4 letters, we must again deny your claim for $100,000 in damages. We have been over the case several times, and we have come to the conclusion that we are not at fault for negligence. Please understand that our goal in this situation is to be objective in our research, which we have been. Sincerely, Philip Morrison. By following the simple steps in this video, also in the book on page 230 and 231, you will be able to write a bad news or refusal letter with ease. Thank you.